What's really good, y'all? In my best DMX voice, it's your boy Matthew Maley for MatthewMaley.com. Well, I am back on the couch, making it a real lazy Friday night, lounging it up, and coming at you with another weekly movie review. So, checked out a flick that I definitely was looking forward to when I first heard all the commotion about it, and the fact that it was written and directed by somebody I'm a big fan of, thanks to their previous work. I was excited about the flick, but I gotta say it didn't really measure up to what I was hoping. I'm speaking of Super 8, which was written and directed by J.J. Abrams, who is best known for producing Lost. I loved Lost. Absolutely loved it. One of my favorite shows. Probably in my top 5. Used to be in my top 3. Then I watched The Wire and The Sopranos and Entourage. Breaking Bad might be up there too. So maybe it's down closer to my top 10. But Lost is still a great show. What's funny is it'll probably be, I'll say it's my top 10 until I go and rewatch it. And then all of a sudden it'll hop back up into my top, 3 or something. But, so thanks to J.J. Abrams, I really was excited to check out this flick. It was well advertised. They did a good job of really teasing the audience. What is it? What's the big scary thing on the train? It was very well advertised. And I really thought that it built up a very good buzz. One that really I don't think it deserved for the movie that it ended up being. It stars really nobody well known. It's a bunch of kids. The only guy that's even somewhat known is Noah Emmerich. He plays the big bad U.S. Air Force general guy. You wouldn't know his name, but he's got a really familiar face. I've seen him in a ton of stuff. I think Law and Order. He was in The Warrior. A bunch of stuff. Really good actor for the parts that he plays. He's pretty well known. I can't really say that's the reason you could recognize him, but he has really kind of acne marked face. But he's a great actor, and I can't really think of any other way to describe him. White, probably in his 40s. There you go. So good luck. Hopefully you know who I'm talking about. Or just IMDb it. Also is starring Kyle Chandler, Ellie Fanning, Joel Courtney, Gabriel Basso, and yeah, that's about it. I don't know any of those people, so only one I think kind of knows Ellie Fanning, because isn't that Dakota Fanning's sister or something? I don't know. Yeah, Dakota Fanning's sister. All right. Go me. Did not know that, but thankfully they have the same last name, so figured it out on the spot. Anyway, the movie, like I said, stars a bunch of kids, so there really isn't any major actors that you know in it, but the basic story of it, and I promise I won't give any spoiler alerts here, but the basic story of it is this group of kids is in the process of filming a movie. They're actually filming a zombie movie. And there's some underlying plot lines building up to that, involving one of the kids' mothers who just got killed in a very unfortunate factory accident, plus the additional underlying second level to that I won't mention because it's a little bit of a twist, I guess. His interaction with the rest of the group, if you will, while they're trying to film this movie. And the group has its typical band of characters, if you will. The domineering director who just happens to be fat. And then you've got the really sissy kid, and then you've got the kid who just wants to blow everything up, and then you've got the meek, shy, quiet kid who's kind of nerdy because he likes building trains, but really has a heart of gold and is the leader in moments of peril. Pretty standard stuff, honestly. While filming a scene for their movie, witness a train crash, which is carrying some very mysterious cargo, and after the aftermath is very quickly swept up by the U.S. Air Force, they realize that they, in fact, caught a lot of the train crash as well as what was on the train on camera during the crash, which then opens up Pandora's box, essentially, and everything kind of goes from there. The build-up is pretty well done. There's all kinds of mysterious things happening. All the like metal objects are disappearing, like engines are being pulled out of cars, lights are flickering, electricity's going off a lot, all kinds of random stuff. All the dogs, all the pets in the neighborhood like took off, people are disappearing, all kinds of random stuff like that, and nothing really there's no real explanation for it. As well, there's a big power struggle between the sheriff's deputy, who is also the father of the kid in the group whose mother just died, so his wife just died, and him going up against the Air Force and kind of, pitting each other against each other, and going back and forth. So there was some good dialogue with that and a couple, decent moments. But I don't want to go too much into the story because I don't want to give away what was in the car, the train car. So I don't really want to give that away, simply because if you still want to see the movie and you don't know, it would be a pretty big spoiler alert, I guess. So I'll refrain from going much deeper. But or I could just say, okay, if you guys don't want to know what's on the train, like, close your eyes or something, or turn off the mute right now, and then watch, and I'll give a thumbs up when I'm done giving a spoiler. All right? So 3, 2, 1, push mute. So what's on the train is this Martian, and it's some crazy alien with crazy crab legs and wants to get back to its planet. But, of course, the U.S. military is big and bad, so we keep it here and won't let it go back home. And we torture it, and, yeah, because we're just Americans. That's what we do, I guess. So they paint the Air Force as definitely the bad guy, and this alien has the ability to communicate with anybody that it touches, telekinetically, I guess. And essentially, he just wants to go back home. So the end of the actual, spoiler alert of the movie is that the alien's actually the good guy here in a way, and the kids have to try and save one of their, band of misfits, as well as free this alien. So that was the big shocker, which really was kind of a letdown for how much they built it up. One here, so you can come back and watch now. There you go. So if you don't want to be spoiler alerted, don't rewatch that. But one thing that I won't again touch on what it was, but the thing that I was a little bit disappointed with is that they built up the hype so much around it that I almost felt like what it ended up being was kind of a letdown. Like in a movie like Cloverfield, which, I thought was a pretty decent movie for what it was. You knew, like, that it was a monster of some type. You knew that it was, something like that. Whereas in this movie, they don't actually ever, in all the buildup, you have no idea what it is. Is it a monster? Is it a disease? Is it a ball of electricity? Is it the captured souls of babies? It's never said, which I thought opened up so much mystery. And I almost felt like, what it ended up being was kind of a cop-out, almost. Like it was kind of like a, oh, well, here's it is. Now we're just going to turn it into a very, very standard type of movie, And then it just went from being like a good suspense movie to now being a child recovery romance, almost, if that makes sense. So, I liked the beginning of the movie. I liked that the kids were filming a zombie movie. I liked a lot of the aspects of that. I thought were pretty cool. But overall, I was underwhelmed with the movie, honestly. I'm going to give it 3 stars just because I liked the intro, the first probably third of it. I did like the build-up. And there was some pretty good dialogue, some pretty snappy, witty dialogue amongst the kids. As well as, some of their family and, stuff like that. I did like some of the dialogue. But I just really thought they over blew that sounds pause-worthy. They over-exaggerated the U.S. Air Force as just these horrible maniacal killers, you know, and I don't know. I just thought it was a little corny, honestly. A lot of stuff that Steven Spielberg's been executive producing has been having kind of like a weird feeling to it lately, and I don't know if like if it's just complete coincidence or as he gets a little bit older, he starts like just getting a little crazy. I don't know, but like a lot of the past movies, and I'm not a huge Steven Spielberg fan. I mean, he made some great movies. You know, he's part of some great movies. But I feel like the last like 4 or 5 movies that I've seen that were, you know, along with him, really had like some, they just didn't feel like his old stuff. So, my 2 cents again. So overall, no, I'm giving it 2.5 stars. Screw that. 2.5 stars. Now that I really think about it, to me, it was a below average movie. And really, I think it's just because I was so let down by the second half of the movie. Because really, I probably would have given it 3 or 3.5 because it was, for the first probably third, it was about an average, if not above average movie. And then like the last 2/3 or last half just really kind of fell off in my opinion. And it was kind of lame, in my opinion. So once again, I reviewed Super 8 by J.J. Abrams and produced by Steven Spielberg. 2.5 stars in my opinion. And maybe we're having an invasion right now because my flash is going crazy. Hold on. Sorry. My battery's about to die. Hope you guys can still see me. But here comes whatever it was on the train, I guess. But overall, I don't really recommend the movie. I don't even really think it would be worth watching on Redbox. I mean, I guess it would be, if you have nothing else better to do and there's nothing else to rent, I guess it's better than like watching some random Zac Efron movie or something, I guess. I don't know, I've never watched a Zac Efron movie. But overall, I was underwhelmed. I really was expecting better, especially from J.J. Abrams, especially when I see something as well put together as Lost, which was pretty crazy and out there, which was kind of what they could have done with this, but I just really felt like they didn't. So, overall, 2.5 stars. Don't really recommend it. But let me know what you guys think. Did you love it? Did you hate it? What did you think of it? You have my opinion. I'd like to hear yours. So send me an email or, you know, just leave a comment. If you're up on YouTube, you can like, comment, subscribe after you search for MatthewMaley.com. I'm sorry, Matthew Maley Poker. Wow, I'm dumb. Matthew Maley Poker on YouTube. As always, you can just log on to MatthewMaley.com and check out my video blog. Click through there and you'll get everything listed up for you. Or you can search for your boy on Facebook. I post links whenever I put up new videos on Facebook. Search for Matthew Maley Poker, like the page, and you will see the notifications every time something pops up. And of course, check me out on Twitter. I am at Matthew Maley. And sadly, the NFL season has come to a close. So you won't be seeing a whole lot of posts about that anymore. But it's okay. There's still plenty of sports to talk about and other random Twitter-worthy things to waste time on. So, follow me on Twitter, at Matthew Maley. So until the next video, your boy is officially signing off. Hope everybody has a great weekend. I'm about to go call it a night, I think, and start my weekend off right. So, stay tuned. Got a couple videos popping up later on this weekend. Heading out to a poker tournament tomorrow, so stay tuned, and, well, I'll see you on the next video. Peace out, everybody. Have a good weekend.